is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All right. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend that is Alain Poupart. How you feeling, my man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Good. Where you at, Panthers?
I am in the Panther at the FLA Live Arena dining room.
Okay. Did they serve you breakfast?
They did not serve us breakfast, but this is where I'll be having dinner this evening prior to Game 2 of the Panther Lightning series.
How is the media dinner over there now?
It's solid.
Solid.
Yeah. No, this is different than what they serve in the press box upstairs, mind you. This is like a meal. This is like a full meal with a salad bar and.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, they're going special. I like it. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, come on. Viola and Sifu, they have proven to be class owners from day one. That's for damn sure. How impressed have you been with their commitment, right? Because you think about this. It reminds me a lot of the Marlins. You're kind of a redheaded stepchild. You're not pro football. You're not and you're not the Heat. Those are the dogs in this town. We know that. But we've been waiting for Marlin ownership to make a real commitment, right? And in order for you to make a commitment in those kind of sports, which are kind of almost niche sports as it is, you've got to hope that you can get that return, right? And Viola and Sifu have been all in, and where Marlins management hasn't even come close. I mean, You got to give them a lot of credit for the dedication that they have shown to really building a real franchise here in hockey.
No, props to them for spending to the cap or close to the cap and not like just doing bare bones.
Right.
Like some other professional sports franchises have done through the years. So the Panthers have assembled a really, really good roster, and part of it has been the willingness to spend the money to get that done. So yeah, props to them. Absolutely.
Is it, and I've been talking about this is this legacy moments now for Barkov and Huberdeau, bro, because we need them, man. We need the stars to be stars. So how do you look at it?
No, it is, and if the series goes south, really south, and I hate to think that way, and I don't think it's going to happen, but if the series were to go really south at some point, you're going to have some really major self-reflection and ask yourself, is this team built the right way to make a deep playoff run? Because again, the playoff hockey is different than regular season hockey.
Amen.
You don't have the kind of space you have, the time and space that you have in the regular season. It happened a couple of times. If you remember the Duclair goal on Tuesday night, for some reason unbeknownst to me, the Tampa defender decided to let Jonathan Huberdeau camp out near the boards with the puck. You give Huberdeau that kind of time, and he's going to find somebody open. Lo and behold, he found Duclair for the goal. Well, that's been one of the very, very rare occasions where UB's had a lot of time and space to operate. Usually it's like rush, and he's got guys on him.
Right.
And then the same thing for Barkov, who is anybody who knows me, and I've said this, nobody is a bigger fan than him, but he has to have that signature moment where he brings his game up and carries the team in the playoffs, and that has yet to happen. Because he's just a spectacular two-way player, but he needs to become dominant at some point offensively and not just doing little things.
All right, so let me ask you what I think might be maybe an interesting question, or maybe it's a terrible question, but I think it's kind of interesting, or it's maybe unanswered, or maybe you can answer it. Is Barkov and Huberdeau more Bam Adebayo than Jimmy Butler?
Well, you're putting my Heat knowledge of the test, and mind you, I'm a peripheral NBA watcher, so
the whole thing about Bam is we know he's super talented, we know he's a gifted defensive player, we know he has some offensive gifts, but we've been wanting him to take that next step forward to be a superstar, but that's not in him. He doesn't have that dog in him to want to, oh no, I got to take over, I got to score, I need the ball. Jimmy Butler is the most
No,
selfless
he's correct.
player at times.
He's a bulldog.
But if you need him to be a bulldog, he's going to say, "Oh, you need me to score? I'll score. You need me to defend? I'll defend. You need me to facilitate? I'll facilitate." He's a son of a bitch when you need him to be a son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Can Barkov and Huberdeau be sons of bitches? Because that's why the Heat are the Heat, because Jimmy Butler's a son of a bitch. And when I look at Barkov and Huberdeau, I see incredible talent, but I don't know if I see a son of a bitch.
No, and I don't know that they have that personality too. And if you look at the thing, very interesting. The NFLPA released a player poll asking who the best all-around player in the NHL is. Number one was Sidney Crosby. Number two was Barkov. And to me, the only difference I see between the two is Crosby's got a little nasty and dog in him.
Cut your throat out, bro. Yeah.
Sure, and Barkey doesn't have that, and that's just his. And his personality is like a mellow, laid-back, really, really cool guy.
Right.
But he needs to be a badass at some point on the ice. And Huberdeau's skill set's not quite as all-around developed as Barkey's is. The thing
he had an MVP like year this year,
did,
bro.
but it's mostly offensive. He's just a dazzling offensive player, which is difficult to carry over into the playoffs. It can happen, but it's more difficult. Whereas Barkov's game is, he's brilliant everywhere on the ice. To me, I wish he was just a little bit more of a badass.
Yeah.
And does he have it in him? That's a good question. I don't know. We haven't seen it yet.
All right. Did you go see practice?
Of course.
All right. So you told me you couldn't tell if Tua had more flexibility and more of an arm on that video from Nick, his trainer. I thought it looked like it. People said when they saw it, it looks like he's a little bit more mobile, maybe a little more zip on the ball. Did you notice anything when you saw it now?
And yet you will have other guests on your show throughout the week, if they haven't already done so, tell you that there was a noticeable difference in the zip in his passes. I'm sorry. And I had this conversation with the gentleman I'm thinking of and telling him, I don't know what the hell you saw. It's the same guy. And there were some nice throws. I made that point. There were some nice throws in the practice. There was like the pass to Preston Williams to the left sideline was a really nice throw with great touch. And there was a pass to Gesicki over the middle. But I saw it portrayed as like a ball with a lot of zip. And sorry, no. I mean, it was a nice throw over the middle. I'm sorry. That's so it's nothing.
Omar thought he had a little more zip. So was it Omar you disagreed?
It was Omar I was talking about. Okay. But it actually wasn't even the only one who said that, and I'm sorry. To me, it was the same thing. Now, having said all that, it was a good, solid practice. But there's nothing I would make any definitive conclusions from. Regardless of the fact that it was a May practice, if I thought for a second that I saw a noticeable difference in the speed, the velocity with which the ball comes out of his hand, I absolutely would tell you, but I'd be lying if I said I saw anything like that.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. By the way, you can always tell when somebody wins big. That person went crazy, bro. Hey, man, it's always fun to win some money, man. Hell, I'm getting excited right now watching Bitcoin go over 30,000. Anyway, so what else when you went to practice? Give me something else that stood out to you that you liked.
It was kind of very.
There's no hitting or anything, so I can't look really too much into.
There's no hitting, and I saw like some tweets about the offensive line, the defensive line being dominating. Oh, I must have missed it. I've been watching the wrong place because I didn't see that. There wasn't a whole lot of team drills or 7-on-7 work, so it was kind of limited. I did like what I saw from Noah Benogany actually.
Whoa!
He had one play where he had a really nice pass breakup against Jalen Waddle. And then he had another play where he kind of stood up where the play was away from him, where there was some blocking involved. I think it was on Hunter Long, and he kind of stood his ground. There was some pushing and shoving after the play, and I like to see that aggressiveness from him. And he's a guy that I certainly have hopes that he can, develop and become something in his third year. Outside of that,
I always get frustrated with him because I think too many have been unfair with him and judging him when he hasn't played, bro. He needs to play so we can actually really see if he can develop into a player. I don't like judging these young cats when they haven't gotten enough of an opportunity, and that's the only thing I feel bad about Noah is that too many have already passed judgment on him, and it's just absolutely unfair to pass any kind of judgment on that young man. Just is, in my eyes.
Yeah, no, I agree to a certain point, but the coaches have seen him for 2 years. So now this is a different set of eyes on him with Sam and Patrick Surtain, like working with the cornerbacks, and we'll see what they can do with him. But it certainly deserves another shot this year. This is a rookie first-round pick. You're not getting anything for him in the trade anyway, so there's no point in just dumping him. Let's see what he can do. Give him a long look. You don't need to see what X and Byron Jones can do in preseason games.
No.
So if they don't play, and especially Byron Jones is recovering from offseason surgery, if he doesn't play it down in the preseason, doesn't bother me in the least. If X doesn't play it down in the preseason, doesn't bother me in the least. I would have no problem. In fact, I would like it if Noah Benogany played full first half in the preseason opener, 3 quarters in the other 2. Like, you give him a really long look, truly really try to get a feel for what you have. And outside of that, what stood out to me, Tyreek Hill is fast. I mean, not exactly breaking news here.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. Connor Williams working a little center. You can't confirm, I guess.
I can tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. No, those are the rules. We're not allowed to report on lineups and where players lined up.
All right. So, but obviously experimentation is going on, which is what you're supposed to do right now at this point is start experimenting so you can find out early on who's who and what's what.
I would expect that there's some of that going on.
Right. Yeah. I would figure.
How's that for a nebulous answer?
No, that's fine. That's fine. Listen, I already told them what was going on anyway, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, it's fine. It is what it is. But I can understand you being there. You have to. Yeah, you definitely have to answer it that way.
I don't have to like the rules. I'm playing by them. I don't have to like them, but I'm playing by them.
Right. Sony Michel looked good.
Didn't notice them, to be honest with you. I think he had 1 carry that's.
I'm just saying, all the right shape is what I'm saying. I'm not expecting anything from blocking or running or anything like that. Anything going on, dude. I mean, what are we going to do?
But you want to see how they move like through the hole is one thing you want to see, and then there was like a nice burst of that type, like my one by Myles Gaskin. Savon Ahmed had one. Chase Edmonds, I don't believe worked out. I don't even know if we even spotted him on Tuesday. And mind you, they've had 3. Today was their 3rd OTA, and we were allowed to watch the one on Tuesday, which is the pattern. So for the next 4 weeks is 3 weeks of OTAs. We get to watch 3 of the 10 total, and then we have the 2-day mini camp, which we'll be allowed to watch. That's June 1st and 2nd.
Did you notice anything different on Gesicki where they were lining him up?
I couldn't tell you if I did, and
okay.
To be honest,
that's right. You can't tell me either, right? Yeah, that's right.
Tell you.
That's right. Okay. All right. Were there experimentations at the tight end spot?
I didn't notice anything. I'll be very honest with you. I did not notice. I didn't notice.
Okay. All right. I'm just wondering if somehow or another they brought him a little closer to the line or something crazy like that. I'm just wondering. You know what I'm saying? I asked Omar this. I think it was Omar or maybe Marcel. I forgot which one. Earlier in the week, you notice anything with Gesicki body wise? Because the last time we saw him on the podium, it looked like he was beefing up the arms a little bit. So
a lot.
Oh, a lot, really?
No, that podium session was. You want to use the word noticeable? There was a noticeable difference.
Right.
He looked like this. On the field, no. On the field, he looked back to where.
Okay.
Almost looked back to where he was before. So I did. There was nothing that stood out to him physically. Like I saw him on the field. It wasn't like I had to do a double take. It's like, wait a second, is that Gesicki? It was clearly easily to spot him.
Okay. All right. And how about Hunter? What'd you see from him at all?
Other than that little, I don't want to use the word brouhaha or whatever, little pushing and shoving with Noah, nothing really noticeable from him.
Okay.
And in terms of his body, I didn't notice either. So he's somebody who certainly could use some more muscle.
I don't know if I got your thoughts on it on the Melvin Ingram signing.
Yeah, we spoke about it Monday. Love it.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah. No, I almost got a little worried there for a second. I wonder why it took so long from the agreed to terms to officially sign the contract. But hey, worked out in the end. So no, great.
He was probably traveling. Probably he was probably in the middle of some kind of a vacation or something. They had to wait till he got back. And plus, he's probably not in that much of a hurry. Like he agreed to the deal, but he doesn't have to rush to be down here because he's a vet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, OTAs. Let me get there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I would imagine that that's what's going on with J.C. Tretter, that whatever offers are out there are kind of the same. And he's like, well, those offers will be out there in another month. I don't need to be, at somebody's mini camp right now doing nothing whatsoever. That's not going to help me. So, yeah, I can imagine that Melvin Ingram isn't that pumped up. All right. What are you working on over at Sports Illustrated so folks can check you out, my friend?
Well, I'm gonna start breaking down the schedule and specific parts of the schedule. So that's going to be one thing, and then I'm gonna, after we hang up, I'm gonna resume working on something about this whole speed and this whole idea of a race between Tyreek and Waddle, and along with other thoughts and statistical nuggets on speed and some data.
Fox Sports needs to make this an event. Fox Sports Florida needs to get involved, get a couple sponsors involved, do a little TV show for about a half hour. You talk it up good. You have the race. You have the interview with the winner. You have some fun. And that would be a killer half hour of just, entertainment right there.
I'm not on board with that, but that's going to be part of what I'm going to write about. I do want to say also, and it's good that you have my Twitter handle on there, is I'm doing a mailbag this weekend. So looking for questions.
Send it in.
Right there. I've already put out the call for questions. I'm going to retweet the final call for questions for this week. We've got some that are worried about your glasses. They're worried about the thickness of your glasses. Yes.
Are you nearsighted is what they're asking.
I am horribly nearsighted. Without my glasses, I'm borderline blind. But my glasses are very good so that when I'm looking on the field, yes, I can see what's going on. For those who think that, that explains why his takes are so stupid because he can't see anything. So, no, that's not my excuse. My excuse may be for those who want to dump on my takes, there would be strictly lack of football knowledge. It's not the glasses are not an excuse.
Oh, okay. Or maybe they're thinking you go by CFL rules. You're Canadian.
Exactly. I'm always wondering why the Dolphins aren't motioning offensive players toward the line of scrimmage at the snap, which is allowed in the NFL. So
yeah, you're standing around going, why is this end zone so small?
Exactly.
What the hell is going on? What happened to the 10 yards? You people are cheap here in America. You couldn't build the fields the right size? Come on.
And the most important question, why are the Dolphins never going for a rouge?
Yes.
Come on, what's going on here?
What's going on, bro? Come on, Super Bowl trophy. Grey Cup.
Grey Cup, there you go.
That's what it's all about, bro. That's what life is all about, the Grey Cup. Not a stinking Super Bowl trophy.
Actually, coldest in my life I've ever been was at a Grey Cup at Olympic Stadium in Montreal.
Okay, the Alouettes against who?
The Edmonton Eskimos.
Ooh, there you go.
I was freezing. It was bad.
The EEs.
Yes, you are correct. And now they're the Edmonton Elks.
Oh, that's right. Yes, they did change their.
Yep.
Didn't somebody change to like the Red Blacks or something like that?
Yeah, that's Ottawa. Yeah.
Yes, right. From the Rough Riders to the Red Blacks, right?
Yeah,
is that what it is?
It used to be a league with, I don't even know if they might have gone back. I don't even know, but there used to be a team. This used to be a league with 9 teams, and 2 of them were Rough Riders.
Right.
It's like you ran out of nicknames, dude. Seriously?
With 9 teams, right? Yeah. It's like Hollywood. They can't come up with a new movie. They just got to repeat the old ones, and we don't know what new movies are. Let's just do a new Jaws.
There you go.
That's just the way it goes.
No, right. Jaws the Revenge. I mean, come on.
There you go. Now, that was a classic right there. Yes.
That was rough.
That was good. That was what's the dude's name that played with a bad Jamaican accent?
Oh yeah. Oh, if you tell me, Peebles, Ben Peebles.
Mario Peebles. Oh God, that was a terrible Jamaican accent, man. I wonder if Mario still regrets that to this day. Going, God, I sound terrible like a Jamaican.
What a horrible movie.
Yeah, it was.
Horrible.
Yeah,
Michael Caine was in that movie too.
Yes, there are actually a couple of actors in that movie. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
You're right about that. All right, follow him on Twitter at Poupart NFL. Send in those questions on the mailbag there at Poupart NFL, and make sure you bookmark that Sports Illustrated page so you can find out everything Miami Dolphins. Alain, as always, thank you, my friend. Appreciate you.
You got to have a great weekend.
There you go. Alain Poupart and our Sports Grill Miami Dolphins report.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.